Hello, this is Professor Das. Today, we are going to talk about the expected family contribution for financing your child's college education and the deadlines for free application for financial aid, FAFSA. US student loan is a whopping 1.67 trillion. For borrowers with federal student loans, the average student loan debt is $36,000. Approximately 85% of all undergraduate students received some type of financial aid, could have been a grant loan or even a work study. Let's talk about how much you need to contribute to fund juniors' college education. There comes in the FAFSA form, free application for federal student aid. It is a little disappointing that the word free is hooking you for a loan that is difficult to discharge. In fact, your Social Security wages can also be garnished to some extent. But wait, it's not all gloom and doom. Student loans are the good debt, and yes, I get it. You do want to help Junior have a good head start in her life, right? I myself went through a roller coaster ride planning for my daughter's education. You have Jamie Jr., who is excited about college. Well, for starters, you have at your fingertip an entire department on college campus for financial aid counseling. They are a good source for you. It would help if you do your homework and are prepared to ask the right question. Here is how it all works. The government will give you money for college, but the family is expected to make contribution. Yes, nothing good is ever free. That's where the FAFSA comes into play. How much is the expected family contribution, EFC? It is determined using one of the three methods. Let's take a look at the most often used formula, the one that looks at income and assets of both the parents and the child, which is called the regular formula. So there are parts to it. So let's first talk about parent income calculation. It looks at everything that comes into the parent's total income, which, by the way, also includes child support. Your HSA and retirement plan contributions are also part of your income. The government allows you to subtract allowances based on the number of people in the household and how many of them are going to college. This number is the net available income. 47% of this will be used for your EFC, expected family contribution calculation. The next part is the parent's asset. It looks at parents' assets like their savings, checking, and investments. Retirement assets, your home, any cash value life insurance, and annuities are not part of the asset calculation for EFC. You subtract out asset protection allowance that is based on the age of the oldest parent. This is the net asset available for EFC. 5.64% of the net asset available will become part of the EFC. That takes us to student income. Student income is basically the income that the student earns. You subtract out their taxes and the reserve allowance. 20% of the student income is part of EFC. As far as the student asset is concerned, 5 to 9 plans that are held in the name of the student are good assets, as their loading is 5.64% versus 20% of other assets owned by the student. Add the asset and income contribution of both the parents and the student to figure out the expected family contribution. That takes us to the other method, which is the simplified method. Of course, since it's simplified, it is only applicable if your adjusted gross income AGI is less than 50,000 for parent for dependent student, or if the student AGI is less than 50,000 for independent student status. The simplified method does not consider family assets in figuring out the EFC. It will only consider parent and student's income, and the loading is 47% and 20% respectively. The third method is the super simple one, which is called the automatically assessed formula. For you to be able to use that method, the adjusted gross income has to be less than 26,000, and by default the EFC is considered to be zero. So basically there is no calculation needed for expected family contribution if your AGI is less than 26,000. Financial aid or the need is calculated by subtracting the expected family contribution from the total cost of education. Now let's talk about deadlines. The 2021-22 FAFSA form became available on October 1st, 2020 for, of course, the award year 21-22, which runs from July 1st, 2021 to June 30, 2022. A student can submit the application anytime until the end of the award year to apply for federal aid. For 2021-22 year, you will input financial information from your 2019 tax year. But this is the federal deadline. Of course, we also have the state deadline. You should check with the state that junior is interested in attending college. For Delaware and Maryland, the state deadline is April 15th. District of Columbia is May 1st. New York is June 30th. Pennsylvania, May 1st. And New Jersey, September 15th. It would have been so much easier if these states all had the same deadline. Hopefully, this gives you a good start to get things rolling for FAFSA. Remember to contact the Financial Aid Department on the college campus for specifics related to that college. Thanks for listening and happy learning.